Hello to myself and everybody else. So far with this video, we're still looking at some of my older games that I made a long time ago. And today, basically, we're looking at technically one of the first games I made by myself. This was still like in 11th grade and everything like that. So, yeah, I still was in school, still just got introduced to Game Maker. And basically, we were assigned to just make a game on our own. So with this, what I ended up making was basically the first game and stuff called Shadow Child. So far, the thing behind this title, I made this up just on the fly because my teacher was like, "What's the game called?" I had no idea what to call it, so I just said, "Why not?" Just made up a title, Shadow Child, just made it up. So that's why it's called that. Another thing I do want to mention real quick is that last time in the other videos I said I would play the exported version of the game because it usually runs better and there's least possibility of it messing up because this is another game that was exported from the original into this and all that. But with this, I never exported it because this game is not anywhere. The original version of it's nowhere to download it, because I didn't have the license to export, so this is the only version of this game. Plus, it's not that good, so makes sense why it's nowhere else. But so far, I'll go ahead and play it. Again, back then, I had no idea how to give instructions, so that's why it's a pop-up. Use A to make blocks to the left, F to make blocks to the right, space to make all blocks go away, space to jump. There's a typo in this because not space to jump, it's up to jump, but still. I just tried this out earlier. And basically here it is, just character and everything too, small, walking, everything that. You can put blocks and stuff too using A and F, which I have no idea why I used these specific keys to put blocks, because they are spaced out as much as possible. But basically you can use up to jump and space to get rid of everything. So far the whole goal of this is to basically just like make your way up to the door, and that was it. And that's basically it for like every level, which again seems really simplistic. It was, because I had no idea what I was doing. So that's the whole thing with this. So far the real challenge begins. And with this, just put in more obstacles. So far the blocks, they can stop projectiles and obstacles and everything like that. So far, again, this game is very simplistic and everything like that too, which, and it was kind of the point, because again, I had like no idea what I was doing, so this really wouldn't be like super like advanced and everything like that. But I do remember when I was making this, yeah, so far this I'll explain in a second, but so far when I was making this, so far I was like the only person in class that actually paid attention and was able to like program something. So, well, I say program, but basically just use drag and drop. So, but I was like the only person who actually like kind of paid attention to how this worked. So because of that, I just ended up like kind of being okay at just like programming in this. So technically back in the day, this game was considered not bad. Again, the controls in this feel like, again, playing it, they don't feel too bad, but I know it's definitely not something somebody would want to do for a long time. But I could just roll with it. So far, the thing I wanted to explain was the clowns and everything here. So far, well, the clowns in air quotes. Basically, this is from another game that I'm not going to play on here, but it's from a test game that the teacher had us made called Click the Clown. And basically it was just to teach us some of the features and how to do certain things in Game Maker. Yeah, so basically just became a bit to just kind of use these, like use this sprite in just random games. And I'm trying to think, I think I used it, yeah, I used this in Top Hat Hero because it was in a boss. Used it here, and I used it, I think, one other place as well, but we'll get to that one again later on. So far, same thing here, just same thing with this. Again, the controls for this do feel legit not good. Because just the fact that, like, you have to use A and F, which, like, basically it's still one hand. You just have to place it like you're typing. But it's still a thing, and I completely messed up. But basically, like, just use one hand and everything. Basically, just for, like, putting blocks down and the jump and all that. Again, it's not, like, too bad. But it's definitely something I could have just done way better. Again, this was made many years ago when I was, like, still in high school. So I can't really, like... And, yeah, the jumping is also not that good either. Because it's not... like, it's weird. Not delayed, but... it's not necessarily just good. Like, you kind of freeze. Yeah, because like I said, hitting up and stuff like that, it's just weird with this. So far, this room right here, yeah, there was something I meant to do with this, but I don't know why I set it up like this. I have no idea why, but basically, what this is supposed to do is this. You put blocks down and everything, and if you mess up and hit space, you erase the blocks, and it shoots cannonballs and everything like that too. Just each time you hit space to erase blocks, it will shoot a cannonball. Yeah, I don't know why I made it so when you delete blocks, it does that. Because necessarily, you don't really have to delete any blocks if you know what you're doing, unlike me. So yeah, I gotta erase something. But even then, it's not really that much of an obstacle. So I have no idea why I set up the space. Because I felt like I had it set up to like jump or something to make it a bit more tough. But apparently I didn't. So yeah, like I said, that was just really easy. So far this, supposed to be an obstacle just that kills you instantly. So another thing like that. I did not put a retry button in this. Yeah, but basically just the same thing. Just do what you have to do and all that. Not really too tough. And from there, I can basically just like walk down. There we go. Again, like just looking at this, as said before, this was like back in the day. Was it, what path do I have for this? I must use like a timeline or something. I have no idea why it's moving like that, but basically just back in the day, this was something where it was actually kind of impressive for class because nobody else knew what they were doing. So again, this was technically a, wow, I can't believe you actually made a game or something. But playing this again, yeah, this garbage right here. Again, my old habits of just making something really ridiculously hard. Yeah, you die, try harder, and it just kicks you out. Like, I didn't even have a thing to, like, retry or anything. Let's just, like, glance at some levels real quick. So I was 5, 6, 7. So I was 8, with just bouncing obstacles everywhere. You can put blocks and stuff down. Let me go back. You can put obstacles and stuff down to make it, like, bounce off of them and everything like that. And that just absolutely killed me. Then there's 9. This one I could just do real quick because basically with this, the whole point of this was like there's no door, so you just have to get up to that button. And yeah, if I remember this correctly, this gets really stupid really fast. So I just want to see what I did. Touch the button. Yep, all this pops up. I don't even know where I think the door is in the top left, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Like the top left, and then like it just everything stays there. And then this one, same thing. Let me see. Yeah, I just put like a cannon here and stuff too for if you have to erase blocks. But even with that, it still really wasn't a challenge. So I don't really know why I did. You know what? Since this one really easy, let's just do this. The last level. Let me just see if I had anything or did the game just like crash or something when you finished. Because I have like no idea. And this really is not, it's really not a challenge at all. I say that, now I almost died. Okay, jumping this actually kind of tough. Let's see.
But even with that, it still really wasn't a challenge.
Okay, I'm just messing it up here. Alright, let's try this then. Because I have to kind of be a bit close to it to do something. It's just the jumping of it isn't always consistent. Okay, let's see. This is it. No.
But even with that, it still really wasn't a challenge.
And I messed that up. Yeah, just again with this, like I'm tapping the key and I'm barely moving. Again, this is old, so that's why these controls do not feel that good at all. I will admit though, putting it on the blocks, like I said again, it's still not the best. Like absolutely, it's really not. But does it feel the worst in the world? Yeah, I'm going to die here. So I can't even jump for some reason, even though I'm on the thing. Yeah. Yeah, this, I'm gonna be honest, I suck like crap with this. Because this, just how the movement and stuff is, I'm spoiled a bit too much on just how the movement is and stuff now. But yeah, just like back then, I really had no idea what I was doing. Come on, really? Let's see if I can. Yep, I couldn't tap it. Couldn't. I have to be like very, very precise on this. I have to be like dead towards the middle the whole time. Because if this can make it... It's just very slightly off and I can't... If I do that... Nope, that isn't it.
But even with that, it still really wasn't a challenge.
Yeah, just... I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it probably just takes you straight up to the start of it again. I have no idea. And I don't feel like going into the room and seeing if I can edit this because I don't want it to crash like the other one. If that's a possibility, I have no idea. But basically, this was just the original Shadow Child. And so far from this game, many years later, I ended up remaking this game. Well, not really. Well, I kind of rebooted and completely overhauled this game years later because basically made this in 11th grade, had the tournament, graduated, I was in 12th grade, I signed up for the class again for like making video games, but the teacher I had last year quit to do something else, and so my school made a very smart decision here and basically decided they had a choice between hiring someone with a bunch of computer degrees who could teach us something or hiring a football coach. So they decided to hire a football coach, had that person teach the computer classes, and I put air quotes around the word teach because I dropped the class. Most people who took the class said the video game making class was just awful. So basically in 12th grade I basically stopped using it. Then I went to technical college, thought I would learn programming there, so I stopped using it because I planned on making games after I ended up like graduating. I thought I would learn something. That became clear I was not going to learn a thing in college. So basically from there I just decided, okay, let me go ahead and start working on stuff now so I can get better, because I absolutely just hated the place. But just decided to work on Game Maker earlier, decided to get better at it, and I just started working on this and everything. So basically I'm about to go ahead and just move over to the game I basically made, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so right now we're in the updated version of this game. It's still called Shadow Child. I basically changed some of the stuff, like the character's design, as you can see all around the screen, changed how the character looked, and basically just completely changed like how the mechanics were. And as well as I'm playing the exported version of the game, this is the one that's currently out, so this one should be running smoothly compared to if I played it in engine. I still don't know why that's the case, but so far again, this should be the one that works fine. Same condition as last time. This sounds loud for me, but for other people this may not sound as loud. So yeah, put it around here and everything. Sound effects, I just turned it down a bit, probably to, let's say 70. Again, no, like in editing this sound lower and everything too. So basically with this game, again, this is the one I made years later in technical college because I just hated that I wasn't learning anything. So I just completely made this. Something I do have to say and everything too is the music here. I did not make this. This music was made by my cousin. Same thing, I don't know if they want me to say their name, but made by my cousin S. And so far we both kind of worked on the music. He made the title screen, which to me, anytime I think of this game, I think of this theme. I don't know why, just again, I just like it. The stages, he made the music for the stages. I'm gonna be honest with you, 210%. The music for the stages are not good, because I made two of them. He made originally all three, but I had to do two of them because two of them really weren't that good. But yeah, just basically I'm saying this, the music in the stages, they are not good. I'm saying that right now. I will keep the volume low on this so it just won't be muted and quiet, but again, just bear with it. It's, oh god. But either way, again, with this, go ahead and get started. Base has different modes: time mode, limited, and normal. Get collectibles in first 5 levels of any world to unlock this. Everything, get collectibles or target goals in first 4 levels, any mode, world, yeah, time mode and stuff like that. So yeah, this, they're just different stages: Spike World, Lava, Future. So where there's tutorial, and I know how to play the game, so I'm not really gonna do that. But basically with this, yeah, the music, I said before, not the best, stuff like that too and all. Basically the whole thing I said with this, how you just play the game is you move with WASD, or you can use the arrows, use the mouse to put down blocks. So you left click, put down blocks, left click to destroy everything. Similar to the other one, except the controls are just like a bit better. You just kind of need some decent hand-eye coordination. Just put down blocks and everything like that too. Get over stuff. This game you can actually short hop or high jump, unlike the other one where it was just one thing entirely. And like I said with this, it's the same bit of me just putting these clowns everywhere and stuff like that as well. Yeah. That's the collectible. You just get them in every stage. Then you make your way over to the exit. That different goals stuff too. Complete the stage, get the collectible. So far, complete the stage and have fun, and just like the 2 that are selected, because I had nothing else to put for the 3rd star. In time unlimited, it's complete the stage, get the collectible, and get to the door before like the targeted goal. So this, just like again, keep going. This, I actually fixed some stuff and everything here too. So the cannons, they actually shoot when you jump. Again, I'm just gonna turn this down because I don't know if this sounds really loud and the other thing, but turn it down. Yeah, it's still kind of loud. Just again, in editing, it shouldn't be as loud, hopefully. You can use the blocks to block stuff. You can block stuff twice. Yeah, just overshot that one. But yeah, just with this game and everything, it's just that, like, again, this game, it's still, and I know it's probably supposed to like make the game sound like crazy, you know, like important, special, and everything like that too. This was definitely a game, as I said before, this was made for me to just learn how to get good with Game Maker and everything like that as well. You can also just stand on the cannon and stuff like that too. But this was something for me to learn how to like work with Game Maker and everything like that, so I could just like be able to make games. This I basically made using drag and drop, and I used a little bit of code to just like get the saving and stuff down. But beyond that, mostly it's just drag and drop. The stages in these, they do have like a ton of different like designs and everything as well. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention and stuff too is there's the thing you can do. You can walk off and then jump midair. That's a thing you can basically do. So you actually go further if you do that. So walk off and then jump. Whoop. So you can just walk off and then jump, make it way further and everything like that as well. One thing I do have to say with this game is that, again, basically just take your time playing and stuff like that too and all. The stages, they do for a fact get really challenging and everything as well. With this, as I said before, they're not as like dickish as like I made my previous stages back in the day, but they still are pretty difficult by far. Just still trying to keep a steady hand to be able to keep walking forward and everything like that as well. And I overwalked. I'm an idiot. Alright. Yeah, but like I said, just overall, again, making this game and everything, it was fun definitely to make and all that as well. It did take a lot of learning, going through tutorials and just like figuring out how to do stuff. And I believe like with this game, again, I know this game is not going to win me like any awards or anything like that as well, but it is definitely something that I hope, like, you know, some people actually play this game one day and legit just like, I really want to see somebody get past everything on here. Again, I had to like keep track of everything for that as well. Yeah, the collectible, we are not getting that. So far, we're just going to make it to the end. Okay, let's just line this up. Yeah, see, this is a problem right here. Yeah, see, I'm a bit too low and overhead is the cannon. So, let's see if I can do this. You cannot overlap blocks on this. Have to like barely, yeah, I'm gonna jump too high. Alright. Nah, I couldn't do it. But yeah, like I said, with this and everything too, just, let's see something. Well, yeah, I can just, again, going back to the game, I forgot how really like smooth moving this game is, because like, again, with the other ones, like my older ones, I'm expecting this to feel kind of like choppy and a bit rough and everything like that. This really doesn't. It feels actually really smooth playing it. I'm trying to think when I made this game and stuff too. I made this game back, I think, in 2018, like near the end half of 2018, and eventually posted it like around the beginning half of like 2019, I think. So somewhere around there. Overall, like I said, again, this is, I'm genuinely trying to focus here. This game did teach me a lot about like level design, everything as well, coming up with different levels, different mechanics, everything and stuff. Yeah, coming up with everything and stuff as well. Yeah, even me, I'm just gonna say just level select. So far, it keeps track of your stuff. If you complete the stage, it turns yellow. Get the collectible, you get the clown. Basically, you can go to any level you want. There's nothing locking it off. So just look at number 4. Yeah, I forgot this thing destroys the blocks as well. The worst part is I have no idea where the... Yeah, I messed up. Alright, so let's try this. Okay, let's just go back to the bottom real quick and then go over here. Yeah, still will be honest though. Again, I said the levels were not like as bad as the other ones, like I said. But I'm still gonna be honest with you though. These levels are still tough. This is still no joke. Yeah, the levels are still tough by far. This one, the wall of cannons. Just, yeah. So far for this, I remember if I just did this basically. Because you have no limit on how many blocks you can put down. You just can't overlap them. So put down as many as you want. This should hold for a bit. Again, I do not remember how many there are. Again, it's just a matter of, with this, whatever strategy and stuff like that, 2 and all, you can. The collectible. Yeah, just make it to the end. The keys and everything. So far, you know what? Let me just go ahead and go over to some of the other levels. This is the lava world, just different stages and stuff here. Hey everybody, this was recorded in post while I was editing. So far in the lava stage part of the video, I don't know why the footage starts off fine, then it starts getting choppy in OBS. It didn't happen while I was playing because nothing dropped there, but just in OBS it just started recording the lava stages a bit way more choppier, so sorry about that. But everything else should be fine after that, so I'll just probably put a time on when you can skip ahead to just like bypass it if you just don't want to see all the choppiness of it. So yeah, thanks for putting up with that. Yeah, the music and everything here and all that. Yeah, I said the music to me is still not as like good and catchy or anything. This is something I made, so I can definitely say that. But just various stuff like this. You know what? Forget the collectible. Let's just make it to the end. Yeah, because I'm not like 100%ing this right now. I'm just playing it, just like go through the stages and just like go back and remember what it was like to make this. Again, this game by far, it absolutely gets even more difficult as it goes forward. Okay, this collectible we can go. I took my jump and then I forgot about that. Oh, I'm stupid. So far we'll get this, and I guess as long as you just don't jump beforehand, you're like perfectly fine. So you can actually do some like pretty crazy stuff here. I forgot I put these in here. Yeah, I brought these back, and dear God, they are absolutely yep, it's horrible because that thing was headed right toward. They do not lock on. They just bounce off of stuff. But my God, they're horrible, and I use them a lot. I'm a really terrible person, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy about it. Put the block too low. I'm lucky that just didn't kill me right there. Which, this is the thing too. Somebody else did say, yeah, I'm just moving on. Somebody did ask, do those lock on? They don't. They don't lock on, but for some reason it just feels like they're targeting you. So far, these enemies, basically they just completely destroy blocks. They don't care about them. Yeah, just still thinking about this too. Just made this before I knew how to do anything. Didn't know how to draw. Barely knew how to like make a game. But again though, this game, like, I want to see someone actually, like, I know this junk, like, I doubt anybody probably would ever like try this, but I do want to see someone actually just like try to beat this game like 100%, get the collectibles, make it to the end. Because if someone actually does that, I will actually be impressed, because it is like a time commitment thing, because it saves the game and stuff too when you like close it out and everything like that. But it is just still a thing where it's like, you know, I'm lucky I did not hit the edge there. I almost messed up. This just flashing blocks of lava and everything like that as well. When they're like just a silhouette, you can still stand there and everything too and all, it's fine. It just once they fill in, and plus these things I think also destroy blocks as well. Yep, they do. So it is a pretty big challenge, especially when you don't know what's going to show up and when. I was terrible for this. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, again, like I made these look pretty simple and everything too and all that. Just again, I play these a ton, yet these lasers do have like a decent amount of flashing to it, and the loud sound effect and everything as well. Again, I will turn that down in editing. Wait, was there a laser here? Or... yeah, just stuff like this too. You just gotta like, yeah, I need to get up. Yeah, I really don't care about that collectible. Just want to make it out of here. Yeah, the missiles, I forgot about this. Yeah, these, I remember these. I just completely missed that. Yeah, but just the missiles and all that too. Just, again, just to go through each thing real quick. This one just alternating lasers and everything like that. Again, this was one of the early games I made on my own. So it's like, yeah, color design and all that, and just like thinking about certain things. I didn't do that 100%. Get out of here. So just like various stuff like that too, like level design and like little things like that. I really didn't do too much. So there's like various things like that. Wait, did I get past this stage? Pretty sure I did. Did I get the collectible? I did not get the collectible. Let me do this just so I can just show off like the time stages, so I can just like show a little bit of those. The limited, that I will leave to anybody who actually wants to play the game, so I just don't like show everything off 100%. But yeah, with that and everything, it's just a matter of like, again, making this game was really fun and everything as well. I learned a lot since then as well too, because like the next game I'm gonna play is gonna be the one I'm like currently working on. If I remember correctly with this. Okay, that does not work. Yeah, that one's way tougher to get. Yeah, you know what, bum it. So far, again, I'll leave the time stage and stuff to anybody who actually wants to just like see what the rest of these are, so I don't go through every stage and level. But yeah, so far as I said and everything with that too, this game basically just straight up, it's out and stuff like that too. If anyone wants to try it, just look up Shadow Child on Itch or on Game Jolt. You can play it and everything. But yeah, so far this game, again, going back and playing it, because it's been like, I want to say 6 years probably. Yeah, it's been 6 years. Yeah, 2019, 2025 right now. Yeah, it's around 6 years. I can't believe it's been that long since I last made this. Because that means Top Hat Hero I made like 5 years ago. And the other games I made even further than that ago. So I've worked with Game Maker for a long time. But yeah. So far, if I remember correctly, again, this game came out around like, let's say 2020. Top Hat Hero I released, I think, around 2020 as well. And then immediately I started working on the next game I'm going to play in the next video, is the game I'm currently working on, Buy Some Milk. So we get to see what the game I'm currently working on looks like. Hopefully, again, anybody looking at this, I want to give it a shot so I get some feedback and just learn something. But again, I really doubt anyone's ever going to watch this. So it's just still fun to go back and reminisce on this. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.